Potential that there could be an appeal here coming. Here at the courthouse here about 8:30 this morning is when it begins, and so soon you'll start to see media kind of making their way into the courtroom, making their way through security, getting settled up into the courtroom. I'm going to bring Brent Kleiman in. He's going to give us some of his expert testimony, I guess, on this case. Thank you for your time this morning, Brent. What can we expect this morning when this case gets started at 8:30?
Well, this morning it's going to start with Travis's family getting and speaking. Juan Martinez will open and give a speech as to why he believes Jodi Arias should spend the rest of her life in jail without parole. The family of Travis.
32nd Street and Broadway, using the victim's stolen.
She's an old face. That's part of the reason I
have an opportunity to plea upon the judge as to why they believe she should be eligible for parole after 25 years.
Do we expect Jodi to speak as well, possibly her family, maybe her mom?
Her mom has wanted to speak throughout the trial, and Jodi has said no up to this point. So this would be her last opportunity to, and it might be good for the judge to hear from Jodi's mom. And as far as Jodi goes, we could flip a coin. We have no idea what she's going to do today.
And in terms of who's going to be in the courtroom, interesting about this case, the jury will be there.
Yes, the jury requested to the court that they wanted to be there for the sentencing, and because they're a group of 11, the court is setting them up in the jury box so they can watch and see what happens this morning and get their closure on this.
And that's unusual.
It is, and typically it's that we don't hear about it, and maybe 1 or 2 jurors will want to come in, but the fact that 11 out of 12 have requested, they're going to be there in full force today.
And then last question for you, because we're going to start wrapping here soon, but the potential for appeal. You know, we thought, okay, this is a sentencing. Is this going to mean it's the end of the trial and the end of the case? But that's could not be.
Well, the defense always has the opportunity to go to the Court of Appeals and say something was handled wrong during the original trial or the retrial on the sentencing. So Jodi will get a chance to meet with lawyers after today and make decisions on what they think they can appeal and have a chance to win.
And something, just from watching the case we were chatting about, would be the evidence, the fact that some of the evidence was withheld, or that would be something that they would claim at least.
Correct. The defense has put together a lot of notes as to what they believe the state has done wrong in withholding evidence, tampering with evidence, and also tampering possibly with the media or the jury. So the defense is going to have to figure out what their best arguments are and present that to the Court of Appeals.
All right. Attorney Brent Kleiman, thank you for your time.
You.
Appreciate it, your insight. And Rick and Andrea, so
yes.
Whether or not today really is the end of this trial, we'll have to wait and see. But the sentencing phase does begin at 8:30 this morning right here downtown Phoenix.
Okay, all eyes on this for sure.
We're there.
Yeah.
We're going to be covering it as soon as it begins. We'll be covering the Jodi Arias sentencing live throughout the morning here on Fox 10. The hearing begins at 8:30, and we'll carry much of it on Fox 10, but we're also going to stream it in its entirety on YouTube channel, okay? Fox News Now.
Okay, so that's YouTube.
Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
To the channel and subscribe to it. Then you won't miss this or other future live events.
Okay.
Right.
Good advice for sure. Okay, you want to take a look at some of the other stories that people can't stop talking about this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
What if
the
we
Cincinnati
said no?
Reds.
We said no. We just get up and go to the bathroom?
Nope, I would say too bad. You're going to have to listen anyway. Close your ears if you don't want to listen.
In control.
Yeah, at least right now I'm in control. Since Kristen's off, I'm doing trending today.
Okay.
Cincinnati Reds, okay? Yeah, you like this. They're changing the game for moms that head to their stadium to take in a game. And these are pictures of this new nursing suite that is now open for business. They open
24/7.
We hang out at Circle K.
I get a polar.
posh and nice.
Very nice.
Now, this came about after many moms expressed their interest in a quiet place to nurse or pump and change their babies. So the franchise,
nice.
Isn't that nice? Look at the gliders there. The franchise.
Money you deserve, often more than what they'll tell you about. Call me, Attorney Lloyd Baker, the heavy.
So moms can have that. Refrigerators, flat screen TVs so they don't miss a second of the game. Isn't that nice?
That's very nice.
I mean, I don't think there's anything to complain about this, right?
No, you can only do this in baseball, though. You can't do it in football.
Right.
In baseball, the game goes on forever. You're not gonna miss anything.
You're right about that.
Plus, I think with football, they don't have to.
No.
I think they sell those tickets no matter what.
Yes.
But good for them.
Yeah,
and
kind of
that's
neat, right?
such a beautiful ballpark right on the river there,
It's
the
gorgeous.
bend of the river in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That's one of America's great cities. Right?
Apparently, they're saying this may be the only one of its kind across all of Major League Baseball and all of the ballparks. So perhaps, you know, it might open up the doors for others to follow
That'd be
suit.
nice. Yeah.
Okay, Gwyneth Paltrow. This is not the first time she's lit up social media with something she's done. Now, this happened this weekend, and it was all because of a tweet that she sent out. Now, she's taken part in a challenge of living off food stamps for 1 week. Now, this challenge was presented by the Food Bank of New York City and Chef Mario Batali, who is a friend of hers. They've written cookbooks together.
Beaver Mountains near Tucson this month. It went on the market for $4.9 million.
$29 a week. Now that's what you get in food stamps if you're part of the program, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as SNAP. So she tweeted that picture off to the left of your screen. This is what $29 will get you at the grocery store.
Who is it,
what
like
families on SNAP get.
Lettuce?
It was vegetables. There was like an and some rice. Now, here's what happened, though. At first, you see that, okay, whatever, you know, no big deal. But everybody lit her up and said she really doesn't know. She shouldn't take this challenge because she's got millions of dollars to fall back on, etc. Why is she...
Makes a lot of sense, considering there's a good chance.
What she was trying to do, they said, well, why don't you go and take some of your money that...
Reports of one person shot. That's at the Wayne County Community College. It's on lockdown now.
Say her intentions were probably good. It just didn't come across.
How's that working for you?
Not so good.
You know, if you're planning to buy an Apple Watch, you might need to get in line behind like a million other people. Maribel's in for Jen. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Robin. Observers say it only took about 6 hours for the Apple Watch to sell out. So that means if you go online to buy one now, you'll probably have to wait till June for it to ship. Online shopping trackers estimate 957,000 people pre-ordered the watch on Friday. Most of them bought the less pricey sports model. It didn't take long for the first Apple Watch parody to come out.
Meet the Netflix Watch. It's the vast world of Netflix right on your wrist.
So Netflix released this fake ad on YouTube for a Netflix watch, which, quote, isn't that inconvenient? Maybe next year. Hey, investment firm Morgan Stanley says robot taxis might kick you out of the driver's seat. The company did an analysis of the auto
tweets that came back and hate of her.
Be committed and really want to improve.
Do, and there are people that don't like what you do, and the people that don't like what you do because they can remain anonymous can be really nasty.
Really nasty, yeah. So anyway, all right, first there was the dress. Remember this, the black and blue, or was it white and gold? You looked at the dress, and depending on your eyes, you saw a different one. It was a debate that everybody couldn't stop talking about. So now we've got a cat debate. Okay, yeah, this picture right here, it's going viral. Okay. Let me ask you this, is that cat walking up the stairs or down the stairs?
Aha!
Isn't that crazy?
Little perspective distortion here.
I would say up the stairs.
I would say he's going up the down the stairs.
Down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the pic, and Mondo says down, the pic was uploaded to Imgur last week and already has thousands and thousands of views.
Lane. Our sensors are showing backups back to about 75th Avenue. Once you get past this accident scene, green conditions until you get closer to about 7th Avenue, and then you'll see slowing again over to about Tatum in the Desert Ridge area. Taking a look at the East Valley, US 60 westbound at Mesa Drive, according to ADOT, that accident scene remains at this point. But your slowing on the US 60 continues beyond there over to the I-10 transition in Tempe. 101 northbound, not too bad in Chandler, though you'll start to see a tap of the brake lights as you make your way into Scottsdale. The 202 Red Mountain Freeway, gosh, we're starting to see backups now back to about Alma School. By the time you get to Priest, you get a break, and then it's slow again as you make your way into Phoenix. And then I-10 out of Ahwatukee, usually the slowest freeway in the East Valley. At this point, your drive time looks like this. Ray Road in through downtown now, about a 20-minute 15-minute drive. April, I have to tell you, this weekend we went to Old Navy and we just snatched up a whole bunch of flip-flops because the kids just trash them because they wear them. Well, they start wearing them so early here in Arizona.
And I just got an email that they're having, I think their swim sale is coming up where all the swim trunks go on sale. It's that time of year here in Arizona. Looking on Facebook, I know some folks in the Northeast are saying they're waiting on spring still, and around here our spring is quickly coming to an end today. Great swimming weather by the afternoon hours. We're going to be in the low 90s today, warmer than where we were over the weekend. But this morning, nice and cool temperatures. If you're sending the kids out the door to the bus stop this morning, we've got some spots that have dropped off to the mid-50s, but they're starting to rise now. Those temperatures are closer to the upper 50s in many parts of the valley, and we'll be near about 64 during the 8 o'clock hour, about 70 for all the preschoolers who head out around 9 a.m. A cool start, but again, a warmer afternoon ahead. 31 this morning in Flagstaff. They dipped to about 25 in the last couple of hours, so starting to warm up a little bit, still below freezing though. 37 in Show Low, 55 at Globe, and 53 right now in Tucson. 64 to start today in Lake Havasu. How about 44 in Prescott and 48 in Kingman? A warm day across the southwest. We're going to top out in the low 90s in both Phoenix and Vegas. 74, a gorgeous day in Salt Lake City. The high there, upper 60s for
even further with rates
82 for Dallas, but pretty wet today across the south. They had severe weather the last couple of days across the plain states and into the south. And today it's just going to be about the rain that continues to soak that part of the country, thanks in part to the low pressure system that pushed through Arizona, or at least parts of Arizona yesterday. We got a little bit of rain from this system in southern Arizona yesterday for the valley. This brought us the cloud cover that kept our temperatures in the mid 80s. Well, this is on the move, slowly away from us today, and high pressure to our west are going to bring some changes. We'll talk about those. 89 for Queen Creek and for Mesa. Tempe, you're going to top out your 90 this afternoon for Chandler as well. 89 for Scottsdale and Moon Valley. About 91 today in downtown Phoenix and Litchfield Park. 92 today for Sun City, Peoria, and Glen. That's going to move through Wednesday, Thursday. Both of those days expected to be fairly windy across our state. We'll be in the 80s on Wednesday. We'll be in the 70s for your Thursday. We'll be right back with more Good Morning Arizona.
Dad, Katie took her first steps today.
Seems like yesterday. Back in a moment on that breaking news here on a Monday morning of America's Newsroom.
Condition. Serious allergic reactions can occur.
There were no problems. He did his job. I did what I was supposed to do. And that was it. You know, I feel like I need to understand that not all officers are crooked. All officers are
Simple 6 menu.